Hey everybody, this is Tanya at Hummingbird Paintery. It's kind of bright in my craft room here. I'm gonna paint the gingerbread man. One of the followers wanted me to paint that, and I had done the smaller one yesterday, but I already had it done. Now that Barb's off, I'm gonna come on live here. Let me try to move my chair up. And I can't hardly read anything because it's so bright in here. Let's see. There's nobody on yet, but I'm going to go ahead and get started because I have a lot of painting I have to do today. I've got some orders, so I'm going to go ahead and get started for that. Somebody just popped on. I don't know who it is. I'm sorry for the brightness. I'm trying to get this black out of the way that's a little booger on the end. Lord have mercy. So let's see, it's Doris Munoz. Hey there, thank you for coming on. I'm gonna paint the gingerbread guy that I made last week, and I haven't painted him yet. So we're gonna start with the face. So hopefully we're gonna start with a couple of circles for the eyes. So hopefully some other people will come on. I'm just gonna kind of do a circle here and another circle. And so this is what it looks like, if you can see it right now. Ooh, the sun is so bright, but it's chilly. Hey, Brenda Jarrell. Hey, Diana Starkey. Thank you for coming on. I'm just going to paint him real fast. Miss Elaine McLean had asked if I would paint this on a live, and so that's what I'm doing today. I'm normally not on Saturdays. I try to take that day to do any orders that I have and any things that I have to do, like shopping or getting groceries, that kind of thing. Hey, Robin Campbell. Right now I'm just painting the gingerbread guy, and I'm just taking some paint. You can take a marker. To be honest, I used a Sharpie on the one that I had yesterday, the small one that I put on the candy cane. I just did the eyes and the mouth. Hey, Jen Jacobson, thank you for coming on. I'm sure y'all were on live with Barb just a minute ago, and she just went off, so I thought I would pop on real quick. I was watching her too. So we're just going to do this with paint. I didn't bring my marker in here, but you can use one. Got home from work a little bit ago, Robin said. So have you been working since early this morning? Let's see. So let's see if I've got it round enough here. I'll finish this up and then I'll show you what the eyes look like all finished. Hey, Wendy. How are you? I've got so much to do, but I'm going to do this real quick on here. Wendy's my co-worker and my friend. And we're just painting a face, and we're going to do the little icing around the edges. Okay, this is the black eyes right here, so you can see it, sort of. It's so bright. So I'm going to do the eyebrows, and I'm just going to make a line right up above the eye. Just kind of this way. Hopefully you can see that. Lord have mercy, the brightness. It's not a good time of day to come in here. So we're going to do the nose kind of inverted on this one, just like the one I did, the small one. I did it upwards. This is the way the nose is going to be. Just like that. And we're going to do it with white paint as well. And then we're going to do the mouth. And I'm just going to do this one like this. I'm not going to do it with an open mouth like I did the other one. Ooh, 10 or 12 hours a day. That's a long day. Wendy and I do 10-hour days sometimes, and it feels like 12. All right, so this is kind of what the mouth looks like. I'm just going to do it this way instead of having the mouth open. And then we're going to take some white. Let me get the little dab of white. Let me get my black paint off. Hey, Cheryl Myron, thank you for coming on. We're painting the gingerbread guy from yesterday, and I've finished his face pretty much. We've just got to accent with the white. So we're going to take this and we're going to just go on the inner side of the black portion of the nose. And you'll see why here in a second. It makes it look a whole lot better. Let me get a little more on there. All right, so this is what he looks like. It makes him look a lot better. And then we're going to take a generous amount of paint on one of these smaller paint brushes, and we're going to do the dots in the eyes. So I'm going to do one here. Make it a little bit bigger. Because the material kind of soaks up some of the paint, then I'm having to kind of paint a circle on. Normally you can get enough paint on the end of your brush to be able to do a perfect little dot, but this one is not like that. So I'm having to paint it a little bit on here, but you don't want too big of a white circle. Let's see. Okay, so this is what it looks like just with the two. And then I'm going to take a smaller portion and we're going to put it on this side, just one little dot. And depending on what kind of material you've got, you may have to paint that on as well. But I think this will be okay. Just like that. Okay. And then we're going to take some of my trusty blush, which you can't see. Lord. Let's see if I can get it up closer. I've got pink, and I'm going to just put my finger on it like I always do, and we're just going to make him some cheeks. And especially on material, but you can do it on wood as well. Putting the blush on there, it does it on the wood. As long as it's not going to be outside or something, because I'm sure that it probably would go away. And I'm going to put a little on his forehead. Right here. I don't know. I just want him to have some. And we can put a little on his chest. But this is what he looks like. It's hard to tell. I'll have to post a picture of it later. And so that's the face. You can do eyelashes if you want to. We're going to make this one a boy, because yesterday I made the one for the girl. And did that. So I'm just going to take a bow, though. We're going to put it on his, on here. And I'll go ahead and do that because we'll do the icing here in just a second. And it won't dry enough for us to put a bow on. So I'm going to let you see what it looks like with the bow. And then I'll take the bow off and then do it later. Let's see. I want to make sure I get enough. This is that big roll that I got at Sam's Club for like $6.97. And it's pretty good. This is like a 12 or 13 inch, or maybe it was 15. Was it 15 yesterday? You love him, Cheryl? He is really cute. Let's see. I'm just going to make a regular bow to tie around his neck. And we're just going to tie it on the side. And you know, one side of the ribbon does not show from, you know, the right way. So what I'm having to do is tie it and just twist it around. This does have a wire in it. And both of these do not show the right way. So we're just going to twist it up at the top. Not all ribbon is double-sided. So this is what it's going to look like, okay? But we want to put all the frosting around the edges. So we're going to do that first, and I'm going to take this off. But this is what it's going to look like, only the frosting will be on there. And it's going to be so much better because I ended up getting this Tulip brand. This was at Walmart, and this is the white. but it's just plain white. So we're going to undo this because we're going to put it on later, and I'll take a picture of him all finished and everything. So we'll worry about that in a minute. So we just take this. Now let me tell you, I thought that I was getting white when I got, goodness, how do I do this? There we go. I got the tulip glitter. Well, when this, hey Linda Miller Matthews, thank you for coming on. When I got the glitter, it dries clear with just glitter in it. So don't get this unless it says white down here. This one says white. See at the bottom, white? So make sure you get the white, otherwise it's not going to dry white. And I didn't know that. I didn't pay attention. I got both of them, thank goodness. I'm having a good day so far as well. So we're going to start at the head, okay? And we're going to go around the edges. And I think that we will start with just an area right here. We're going to make him a little hairdressing, so to speak, right in here. And so I'm going to just use the paint just like this, okay? It looks kind of funny right now, and we're going to go down just a little bit further so it can be seen a lot better. And let me show you what it's going to look like. Let me finish this portion. And we're just going to make this. And let me finish this. Just like this. And I'm just painting it. I'm just squirting it out here. All right. So this is what the top looks like. It's hard to tell. There we go. Maybe pulling it back some. So he's got that on the top of his head. Okay. And then we're going to take it. I got to wipe this off a little bit because if it gets caked up at the end, you won't be able to get it out. So be real careful. And I did paint this sort of, so, and use it real thick right there. So it'll dry. We're just going to take this. Woo, we got to make sure it's at the end of the bottle. And we're going to go in and out. And I'll show it to you. You're going to want to push it a little bit, or you'll have to go over it like I did. So make sure it's this way. Hold on and I'll show it to you. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. Okay, you just want to go in and out like you're piping some icing on a cake. Only we're just going to do it on our little boy gingerbread here. That I did make by hand. I sewed the whole thing. Then I've got one little piece that's trying to get up there, so I just poked it back in. So then we're going to take this and we're just going to keep going. Let me see if I can get out of it, out of the sun. It's moving just a little bit, the sun is. I'll get to the end here and I'll show you this. Okay, so now this is the way it's looking. Okay, you just keep going until you get to the very end here. And I'm just going to keep going around. It's hard for me to show you and try to do it. Let's see if I can set it down and do it that way. And you just want to go. I did the other one a little bit different. I didn't go all the way around the body. Make sure all your paint's down towards the end, because that's what I just had to do. And then you just keep going until you get down here. You have to keep squishing the bottle. Otherwise, you won't get an even flow. So this is what it looks like so far. Okay. I don't know if you'll be able to see it if I pull it, let's see, over to the side maybe. All right. Let me see if I can move this over just a little bit and maybe I can move. I mean, now that I'm done with the painting part, hold on. Let me lean it down some and move my chair out of the sun. There, is this better? Gosh, it's so terrible. So we're gonna keep going, and you just move your bottle in and out right here. So I'm gonna have to go over this because I didn't put very much. You just keep going in and out. Hopefully Elaine McLean is on here since she asked for this, but I guess she can look it later. Let me make sure that I get a little thicker area on here. If you miss some, you can go back and do it. It's pretty good. Let's see. This is what he looks like so far. Now you can see his face a little bit better. So we're just going to go in and out. And you can do it a little different if you don't like it this way. Like I had gone over the edges, kind of like bracelets. You can do that. So let's see. I'm going to turn it around. Hopefully I'm not going to hit anything. You got to be very careful so you don't get your hand in this because it will smear it, just like frosting on a cake. You just don't want it to look like it's been pressed up against there. So you got to keep evenly putting it. Make sure your paint is down below. Okay, we're almost done with this portion. So let me see here if I can lean it up. This is where I ended it last time when I was sewing. And so it's kind of ruffledy over here on the side, but it doesn't matter. Let me put my leg over that. Kind of go in and out just like I did before. We're almost to the end. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Let me put a little bit more right there. For whatever reason, didn't want to do well. So this is what it looks like, all finished. So he turned out pretty cute, and he'll look even better with his bow on. Looking good, Cheryl says. He is really cute. I'm sure if I took a heat gun, it might dry a little quicker. Let's see. It's going to take a lot more on the top because it's got a thicker bunch of paint right there. So I know that'll take a lot longer. And if you want to, you can always put some glitter on it. Hey Jason, are y'all having fun on your trip? I'll try to put some glitter on here. I was trying to get away from doing the glitter by using that other one, but it just was clear and it just didn't do as good. So you may want to put a bunch here. And then we'll shake it off once I get it all the way around, because the paint will hold it. How is Manny? All right. So now we just kind of shake him a little bit. So he's got some glitter. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's kind of hard not to. It's on there. And on the top, it's got glitter. But it's hard to see. Yes, it's corduroy. Because they had it in the clearance section at Hobby Lobby. And so I just bought some. I just bought what was in the roll. It had it half off. And so I just used it. He's a really good gingerbread. So y'all need to get some of the corduroy. It's really good material. And it's easy to hold the paint. Because I did use a marker, like I was saying earlier, for the eyes, nose, and mouth. But I just like to paint, so it doesn't matter to me which one. I was trying to do that while I was watching TV, and I didn't have my paint right in front of me in the chair. So this is what I chose to do. There's a lot of glitter everywhere, but it's really cute. You can put this on a wreath if you want to, or you can do it on the candy cane like I did, but this one's a lot bigger. Hey, Jenny Ramirez, thank you for coming on. I was just showing how to make the gingerbread boy, and I did put his ribbon on the ribbon on his neck, but I think that it's going to be too wet, even after I tried to do it. I don't know, with the heat gun. Let me see. Let me see if I can just do it right here at the neck. It might mess it up if I don't let it dry all the way. You love it? He's cute. And I'm pretty proud of this because I made it by hand. I just made my own little pattern. And I'll make that on Monday, and I'll put it on the website so you can paint it, so you can print it off if you want to. This one would have to be on 2 pages. And the other one can just be on a page. And I think she wanted that so she could put it on the candy cane. So I for sure will do the small one. And you could always blow it up. Let me see. Okay, it seems like it's all right around the edges. Whoop, that's a little wet. If I get it, yeah, almost all of it. Let's see. Let me go up a little bit higher. I just don't want to hit it on accident. Scared. Be careful with your material. Looks like it wants to do something there. I don't know. So anyway, let me try to do this. See if we can not hit the rest of it. And just do the bow right here on the corner. It's okay if it's right under it because you wouldn't be able to see it, but right here, it's just a regular bow like you tie your shoelace. And then you've got to fix it so it's all going this way. That way the underneath is not printed like the top. All right, let me cut these edges a little bit. Okay, let me make sure So this is what he looks like now that he's finished. I may want to like pull it down just a little bit so it's not in his mouth. Catching you live, Vera says. Yeah, I just got on real quick so I could show how to make this little gingerbread boy. And this is my finished product. I think he's really cute. So I sewed him the other day just by hand, and then I just painted him today. I'm trying not to let anything touch the edges, and I did dry it enough, I think, right around his neck. He is sweet. You could put him on just anything. You could just set him there like you would anything else. It's like a pillow. He's real fluffy, and this is soft corduroy. I bet a pair of pants with this would be great. But I don't sew, of course, except by hand. You love him, Jenny? And Vera says he's so adorable, and Cheryl says he's so sweet. That's sweet of y'all to say. He's really cute. I do like him. It's my first attempt at a gingerbread, and like I said, I don't know what I did with that little doll that's from Hobby Lobby, but you could get that if you don't want to sew one, and you could coffee stain him and do it a couple of times so he's dark enough, and then you can paint him. You need some to put on a ladder. Did you make a ladder, or is it one of those really tiny ones? Like I've seen the little elf sewn. I've seen them, and they're probably about, I don't know, 24 inches maybe long, but they're really small. But this one's kind of big. This one is, let me check again, see how long he is. He's like 16 inches long. And the other one was about 8 inches, I think is what I said. 7 or 8 inches. So you need to make some, Vera. Do you sew? If you don't sew, you need to try to sew one. The small one was just as easy as the bigger one. It just took longer for the bigger one. Do y'all like the way my camera is now? Is this a lot better for you to be able to see, and you can see me too? I think it's a lot better than it was. I was having to put it down more. Let me put my paint back in here. I do have to paint. I found one at Dollar General to display my crochet afghans. Okay, so you got a bigger one. That's good. You're putting afghans on it. I went to Bard and Stone today on my way back from taking a yard sign to a lady. And I went and got, doesn't this look kind of like, the shape of it looks like the Grinch? At least I kind of thought it did. I don't know if it's this way. This way he looks like the Grinch. What do y'all think? I'm going to paint him the Grinch and see what he looks like. So when I get done, I thought, oh my goodness, that looks like the Grinch. And this looks like the hat over here. See? And then just put a little ball right there. I think he does too, Jenny. Sometimes when I'm looking through rocks and stuff, I just see a shape and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is it. It either looks like that or a really big nose. But of course, we're not going to paint a nose. So I'm going to do the little Grinch on there and put a little hat on him, because it elevates right there a little bit and it looks like a hat. So I'm going to do that. But I also have some dogs to paint on there. Last year and the year before, I had a whole lot of rocks that I sold with people's dogs on them. And I've gotten an order for 3 from one person, and another person wanted something else on hers. A tomato and a, gosh, what do you call that? The tractor. That green tractor, or whatever that's called. But anyway, I've got that as an order. Gosh, that's all. I'm going to be glittery all over me. He does look like the Grinch. I baked them and never tried to craft one. You know, I've never made any real ones. you know, I mean to eat. I haven't made any gingerbread men to eat. I'm not really, I don't like the gingerbread that much. But you sew, Miss Jenny? Golly, I wish I could sew. I mean, I could make patterns or whatever to do stuff, but I don't sew. I'm such a hand sewer. I may try to do something sometime, but I just don't have time anymore to try to do anything. Thank you so much, Cheryl. He's really cute, y'all. Y'all need to make one, even if you do it with the one at Hobby Lobby. And it doesn't take very long for this to dry. It's just I keep trying to not touch it. If you do it thinner, it probably would dry a whole lot faster. So, y'all need to give me some of y'all's recipes. I've never done gingerbread men. We need to have a book that has everybody's recipes in it and send it to my email. That way I can print them off. But I got several rocks. These are only 2 of them. But I was trying to find, these are the best to paint on. Yes, a John Deere tractor. That's exactly right. I got this one even though it's a weird shape. But these are Mexican river rock are the best to paint on. They're slick. And they take paint really well. So if anybody does rocks or wants to do a rock, then please get these, because I've gotten some other ones. Let me show them to you. These are good rocks, but see how porous that is? The paint goes in there and it's just not as good. It kind of looks like a pimply face or whatever. And so I don't like to paint on them as much. But see, I really want some of this type of rock, this shape, so much better. And it's hard to find that where I can buy them individually instead of buying a bag of them. Because the bags of them have just weird shapes like these are. So I just happened to see this one that looks like the Grinch. Yeah, but I've got to paint a John Deere tractor and a tomato on it for a tomato farmer. So I've got several rocks to do. I've got to paint 2 of these with the Santa on there. I've got that. And then I've got to make some fairies out of wood and paint those for an order. And so I'm going to be pretty busy today and tomorrow trying to get all my orders filled for everything. People just ask me what I can do half the time and just see. So I just do it that way. So anytime anybody needs anything, you just have to ask me. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it or not unless they ask me. Because somebody may have something in mind and I just, may not have ever done it. She also asked me today when I delivered that if I did a mailbox that has a dog on the front and the back of it. And I had never done that, but I've seen those on Pinterest. So I told her I would try. But we'll see, won't we? Well, I guess I'll let everybody go so I can go ahead and start my painting and everything. If anybody has any questions, then you can just ask me. You're welcome, Miss Cheryl, and you have a good afternoon, Miss Jenny, and all of y'all. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you later. If not today, then I will see you at 3 o'clock tomorrow on Sunday at Central Time. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.